Hey, it's Kat. I was challenged to do this video by my friend Andrea. Her life is way more interesting than mine, I think. I'm a stay-at-home mom right now. I'm currently looking for work. I am hoping in the next few minutes to actually get a call back from my latest interview. I'm a mom of 5 kids, Matthew 11, Anna 8, Willie 5, he'll be 6 in September. Um, Attorney who is 2, and Harrison who is 7 months, almost 8. Um, I just wanted to talk today just a little bit about 2 spectrum disorders, ADHD and autism, which my oldest boy has ADHD and my not youngest, middle child has autism. Um, they are spectrum disorders, and recently I realized just the lack of knowledge, and I can't give you all the knowledge in the world about autism. I can't give you all the world's worth of ADHD knowledge. Um, but I can say this. There are so many stereotypes out there about ADHD kids, and there are so many stereotypes out there about autistic kids, it's not even funny. Matthew was diagnosed with ADHD, my oldest boy, when he was 5 years old. So we've had the diagnosis for 6 years. He's been on 3 medications now, 2 stimulants. This new one is non-stimulant forming. Now that he's going through puberty, he just needs help not controlling his actions, but his concentration. So we took him off the non-stimulant just a week ago today. And he is already just doing so much better. The aggression has left in the past week. The desire to do his work is better. And I'm waiting to hear back from the teachers in the next few weeks about that. But Matthew is what they would consider type B ADHD, and they're learning more and more about that type kid. So he can concentrate on his work if it's something that interests him. He does have the hyperactivity behavior. He does have a sensory disorder on top of that, where food may not taste bad, but it doesn't feel right in his mouth. I kind of have the same thing because mashed potatoes are gross to me, but I like the way they taste, so I'll suffer through the feeling of them. With that being said, if you put a child in a box, they're gonna only live in that box. I don't ever put Matthew in a box, and I don't ever allow him to say, well, I have ADHD, so I do this, that, and the other. That's my mode as a parent. William, my 5, almost 6-year-old, has autism. William got his diagnosis beginning 4 years ago, almost, when he was 2. And Willie wasn't the type of baby that didn't hit his mile markers. Boom, 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 within, normally they give you, between 6 and 8 months they do this. Willie did all those things. He walked, he didn't talk as much as other kids, but I just thought, he had 2 older siblings, and I was the same way. I didn't talk. As my parents tell me. But Willie hit his mile markers when his dad and I split up, and Willie stayed with his dad. When we kind of started noticing, Willie has no desire to go potty. Those were when the mile markers, and he was 18 months to 2 years old almost when we split up, and his speech wasn't as clear. That's where the 2 big things we noticed. As time went on and things kind of regressed, and honestly, I'm not completely a part of his process. His dad is, and his dad's fiance are, and that's a whole other video. We noticed Willie has these traits. Well, my ex-husband is a psych major, so he kind of didn't self-diagnose Willie, but he kind of noticed those things that he had studied. Um, so Willie is in pre-K now, and he doesn't have a lot of the stereotypical put you in a box autistic things where he's not freaking out in public, but he has a sensory disorder. He's very high strung. He does have the repetition, and he's interested in what he's interested in. He is my Willie, and Matthew is my Matthew, and I would never put them in a box. If any of my other children had spectrum disorders, I would still love them. Um, my two girls, Anna and Eternity, are extremely, extremely tall for their age, though I think Anna's kind of slowing down. My Eternity is 2 and she's up to my hip, and I'm almost 6 feet tall if I'm not 6 feet tall. Um, you can't put children in a box, is my point. If you assume that ADHD is one way and autism is one way and CP is one way, you're really going to miss out on getting to know someone's child, anything along those lines, as a human being. These people are amazing people, just like you're an amazing person. And I had those same put you in a box. Well, I don't even believe in ADHD, or oh, it's in the water, or you're making it up for autism. And then my kids had it, so be careful what you say, be careful what you wish for. Definitely, because I definitely feel different about my kids now. I feel different about every autistic kid. I feel different about every ADHD kid, and I don't assume anything about them and their what they can and cannot do. This is not to say everyone's doing it, and this is not to get on my soapbox, because I know I've seen kids in the store tantrum, and I'm like, well, my kid's never done that. And then I have to step back and go, but my kid could do that. Um, Something I really want to put out there is, if your kid gets a diagnosis from a pediatrician, just, yeah, can I be referred to someone, is my biggest thing. Please get referred to a specialist. My boys have been seen by specialists and were not just diagnosed by a pediatrician, because I know that with autism and ADHD, they look similar. And I would hate for you to get a diagnosis of ADHD and your child actually has autism, and vice versa, or they're on a different spectrum completely. Really advocate for your child. I don't want to see robots out there. I would rather see children get the true diagnosis and the true medication they need. Instead of needing 40 milligrams, they only need 10 to focus with ADHD. There are medicines out there for autism. I'm not one to talk about them. I could tell you what I've seen of a friend's kid with medication, and that he did do better with it, but he's on a whole different autistic spectrum. You know that Asperger's been put on a different spectrum. Um, just don't put my kid's puzzle piece in your kid's puzzle, because your kids do what your kids do, and my kids do what my kids do, and that's how it really should be. Is we're just supporting and understanding that everyone's different. We keep trying to put people in boxes, and that's not how the world goes around. We need scientists, we need musicians, we need lifeguards, and we need people to push paper, and we need people to build buildings. No job is more or less. The person that works at your gas station is just as valuable, because everyone wants and needs gas, as the person that sits at the top floor and is CEO of the company. As important as your garbage man, because no one wants to smell that. So that's just my little, I guess, rant. I guess I shouldn't have started this out like a rant, but just enjoy your children. Thanks. And if you liked it, push like.